Senator Schmitt.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to kind of pick up on that and zoom in a little bit and then zoom out. Fort Leonard Wood, which I'm sure you're familiar with in the great state of Missouri, has a lot of land and has a number of missions, including training our military police, and has also been the home of the Army's criminal investigative training, special agent training efforts. So it's well positioned. After the One Big Beautiful Bill was passed, and we've got these resources out there for border enforcement to help train ICE agents. That is completely, by the way, in line with what the military can do. They're not performing a law enforcement function, but rather sharing their knowledge with agents who are charged with enforcing our laws. And by the way, that didn't used to be controversial. Bill Clinton deported a lot of people. Barack Obama deported a lot of people. So in your role and your knowledge of Fort Leonard Wood, do you think it can play a role in kind of surge training ICE agents for the important functions that they have?
Senator, I've been to Fort Leonard Wood a few times in my prior life as a counter-IED officer. I'm not aware of those functions that you discussed or the capacity there too.
Well, we'd love to get you out there. There's a lot of land and a lot of capabilities. So we're just sort of putting a marker down, and I love trying to persuade. So maybe we'll continue our conversations. The second issue, I guess, in sort of zooming out now, I wanted to ask about, as relates to the Indo-Pacific. In your view, what do you find is what do you see as the greatest disconnect between our strategic goals in the Indo-Pacific and our actual force posture and readiness?
You've got a very capable and brilliant commander out there in Admiral Paparo, and he has aligned function, posture with the strategy, not only national strategy, but here's his theater strategy. I feel as a military man, as the assistant commandant of the Marine Corps, where we commit forces out there, I'm very happy currently with the posture of the Marine Corps pursuant to Admiral Paparo's strategy.
Okay. Well, I think as we talk about a lot, although a lot of the discussion is in Europe, we talk about a lot of pivoting to Asia. I would just ask that as you kind of dig into this new role, whatever deficiencies or disconnects or misalignment might exist, to try to work with the committee, our office specifically, we want to be helpful in that regard, because this is the future. This is the great competition, and if we're looking forward, China is our greatest adversary. It is now, and it will be presumably for the next century. And then related to that, China's moving rapidly to develop their own carrier force. How do you see the delaying of the FAXX? To me, is a real problem. How do you see delaying that project impacting our ability to compete with them?
I think what we have to do is keep our eye on the capabilities that we need. We need longer range, deeper penetration, and better sensors. To the extent that FAXX would fill that void, we need to look at that very closely.
Yeah, well, I would argue that it does. So we'll work with you on that too. And then finally, on sort of recruitment, which is going really well, which is, I think, one of the great positives of the first 250 days or so of this current administration. I want to just ask you, as far as long-term retention, how can we or should we be incentivizing service members to continue their careers who's, they're reaching a point where they may want to extend it or not? In your view, and in your experience, what are some of the things that we can do to make it more attractive?
I think all the services are having a very, very good year on the accession side. I can't speak to the other services as far as retention, but for the Marine Corps side, we're almost at historic levels of retention. And some of the keys that we use to that are an incentive structure. Some of the keys are bonuses. Some of the keys are lateral moves, but it's meeting the quality talent on their terms and asking the question of not why you're getting out, but how can we make you stay?
Thank you. Look forward to working with you. Congratulations.